What's up, everybody? Well, today I thought I'd do another full house cleaning to test vacuum cleaning performance. Today I thought I'd go ahead and feature my OG Rainbow D4c non-SE. Only I thought I'd do this for testing purposes to test this creation that I made. Basically, I made an older D series able to accept the PN2e power brush. And this one's a little bit different than the original PN2 that was on the later D4c. What makes the PN2e different from the regular PN2 is that this has adjustable wheels for different piles of carpet. The original PN2 just would have had just little brushes right on each side where the wheels would have gone. It's one thing, nice thing Rainbow did back then. As you can see, this hood is actually brand new. I would like to point that out. I decided to go this because when I originally got it, it had basically the hood, as you can see right over here on the E-Series parts canister, it had this style lettering on the power brush cover. As you can see right here, it says E-Series, and I didn't like that. So, upon doing some searching, I found basically a brand new hood for an E2 Gold that has this style lettering, but it's old enough to have the hole for the reset button and the light to let you know that the power brush is working. I did this mostly because I didn't want this to say E-Series when it's clearly connected to a D-Series. I care about those fine little details. And also I like it that the brush roll has a capability to be reset if something were to get jammed and shut the motor off, and also let you know that it is working. So that's my little creation there. Basically, here's the upper handle. It's got the matching E-Series style handle from early models that has the small little finger trigger right here instead of the full gas pump style trigger. This was just a little test I made to test my my wiring skills, because this is basically a D4c SE hose that I have here with the same connector right here that would connect to any D-Series Rainbow, the D4, D3s, and even the D2s. But for the D2s, you got to run a little conversion harness to work on them. And this is how it connects. But I had to change the upper handle to a later one for an E-Series. I had to make sure it was the early model because it's more squared off than rounded off, like as you can see right here on the parts canister. I'm not too sure if that version would have worked on this, but I wasn't taking any chances, so I decided the older style to put on, and lo and behold, it works. And everything works accordingly. So basically what I'm going to do here is doing its little test run to see how my wiring on this has gone. And here's a little connector. The PN2Es have a very specific connector for the power brush, and it's actually up in the handle right here. It's got its own indent shape, so to speak, so it only connects a PN2e. So yeah, I'm going to be testing that. And also what I decided to do to make this different from when I do the cleaning performance of the D4c PE with the original PN2, I decided for this test, on temporary loan from the D3c, I have the early style water separator. And I wanted to see how this would work compared to the new style, which I will eventually do on the SCPE later on. So basically this is how the cleaning performance would be for an early style D4 with that early style separator. But if we were to have a PN2 retrofitted to it, not just this PN2e conversion that I made. And one more thing, the brush roll on it, this is the genuine brush roll I'm going to be running for this test. It's brand new, soft, dense, almost stiff bristles, but they're still pretty soft. But it's got these little brush roll stiffeners to basically help agitation. And believe me when I say this, this has fantastic agitation. So now let's go ahead and tip this guy back up. And I think I have yammered the whole time, so now let's get to some action and get to full house cleaning with this thing. All right, water bin has been filled with water. So now let's go ahead and set the motor unit on it. Latch it down and connect the connection for the power brush. And let's get started. Yeah, you can tell how new this hood is. It does take a little bit of effort to pull this into its vacuuming position. That will eventually wear off when it gets broken in a little more. So let's get going. As usual, let's analyze test results or grooming results. Very nice carpet lines, even though there's an obvious mark of shame down the center line. That's where the belt rides on these style power brushes, but excellent grooming action. Amazing agitation out of it as well. So it doesn't matter whether it's a PN2 or PN2e. Still has fantastic grooming results. So, let's continue on. right, full house cleaning is all complete. And I will definitely tell you this custom setup that I made here with the PN2e and the upper handle conversion definitely was a success. Now, I know some of you are probably questioning why I actually decided to build this instead of, I don't know, I could have just robbed the hose and PN2 from the SCPE. Well, truth be told, I'm actually doing this for another rainbow project that I'm going to be debuting later on in spring of this year. So stay tuned for that, because this will be going to that specific vacuum. And I do have a bit of a confession to make about that last vacuuming clip, vacuuming my entire bedroom. That was actually a clip I made as a replacement after I already vacuumed in here once. Actually, before I shot that video, as you probably know that there were a lot of carpet lines already there. That's because I recently ran this already through the bedroom. But unfortunately, when I looked back at the footage, after I turned the machine on, I accidentally hit the stop recording button. And I didn't realize it wasn't recording the whole time, so I literally had to start all over. So basically, I cleaned my bedroom a second time just to give you that final clip. So now let's go ahead and take off the water basin to see what this thing picked up. The cleaning performance of this PN2 is pretty much near the same as if it were even a regular PN2 would do the same. The only difference is it wouldn't have the adjustable carpet height like this PN2e does. Let me see if I can do this. The rotary dial can be very stiff on these things sometimes. So let's see what this thing picked up with the old style separator. And just look at this. Let me pull this out of the water bin. Now, as usual, I like to do these in 1 week sections of switching between full house cleaning between machines to test their cleaning performance. And rainbows just never cease to amaze me. And this is probably a giant glob of what looks to be both either carpet fibers or some pet hair, some fine dust, because this PN2 has incredible agitation. This is just fantastic. It has awesome results. I can sure tell you that. So now I'll go ahead and dump this out and probably put this thing back to stock, and we'll conclude the video. All right. Now, I hope you've enjoyed this full house cleaning with my D4c non-SE with the PN2 power brush conversion and using the old style separator versus the new one like the SCPE normally would have came with. So, hope you've enjoyed the video. Please stay tuned and don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.